What's up everybody, Jason from Our Garden Adventure, and this is the 0.5 series where I kind of fill in the blanks that I didn't really talk about throughout the series. Today, we are going to be talking about seeds Now I could go off on a huge tangent and tell you, here, go to these sites, you must buy them from these sites, these are the seeds that you absolutely want, this is what you need. But I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want to grow. And I think it would be really dumb of me to say you have to follow this one way just because it worked well for us. Do your research, find where you want to buy seeds and buy them. But here's the advice I will give. So all of 2020, obviously a few things were happening, to allow me the time to do this. I was doing research on how to grow a garden. I really wanted to jump in 2020 to grow our own garden. Just start it from, I think it was April. I was like, let's just, make a garden in the backyard and start. And I'm really glad we didn't. We took our time with it. My wife, Andy, said, hold off, let's do research on it, and then we'll start it next year. And I think that was one of the best things I could have done. We took the time, we did a lot of research. I did research on where to buy seeds, and I thought all seeds were the same. Oh, how wrong I was. Now, when it boils down to it, yes, seeds are all the same, but where you buy them from, better reputation companies will have better sprouting seeds. One of the things that I saw constantly talked about on Reddit was if you buy from a good company, your chance of sprouting a seed and creating a plant will actually multiply your percent chances than just buying seeds from anywhere. Buying from these companies is better than harvesting them yourself. Except the yellow sweet peppers. Oh my God. We'll get to the yellow sweet peppers at another time, but suffice it to say, I took yellow sweet peppers seeds from my wife's snacks that we bought from Walmart. I let them dry for a day. I packaged them away. We grew them and they grew a lot. A lot. Here is a picture from one day's harvest. One day in August. And today is October and they're still growing. Put that aside for a moment. Let's get back on track. So I ended up buying seeds from multiple different companies just to kind of get an overall chance of what might be best. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember the companies I bought from. I'll go back through my notes and I'll remember who I bought from and I'll link them down in the description below for you. I did notice some of the very hot peppers that I wanted to buy, you couldn't buy them anywhere. So you had to go to specific hot pepper dealers, which most of them ended up growing really well. Some of them never even sprouted, which was a real bummer. But some of them grew exceptionally well. I bought from other companies that, again, I did my research online, I read my reviews on Reddit, and this other company I bought through was very highly recommended. I ended up buying red peppers, cucumbers, mostly the non-hot pepper stuff through them, and most of them turned out to be very good. I did buy a few packs in the stores, and I'll be completely honest, those packs in the stores never grew. It was a bummer, but it was a very quick realization that people on Reddit weren't lying. They were telling me the truth that buy quality seeds, you'll get a quality product. So moving forward, what am I going to do for seeds? Well, this year I harvested all the seeds that I really wanted from the plants that did grow very well. Here's a note, when you harvest seeds from a plant, you take the biggest and best pepper or the best vegetable, the best fruit that you get from that yield, the biggest, brightest, the one that you are so happy grew to that size, that shape, that taste. Taste is very important. But you take the best one and you harvest those. Because if you just harvest them from any plant, you're gonna end up growing that plant again. You wanna grow those biggest and best ones. So what I did was throughout this summer, I took the peppers that grew really well and that I wanna grow again, and I chopped them up. I took the seeds out. I let them dehydrate a little bit for about a day or two on a paper towel, and then I put them into paper envelopes and I marked them. And now I have a crap ton of seeds for next year that I want to regrow. So does that mean I won't be buying seeds online? Absolutely not. I will still be buying some seeds online because next year is going to be an experimentation year to see how last year's seeds growing versus the new ones. So it's gonna be a fun, eye-opening experience to see which one works better, even though they really kind of came from the same source, but they're two different ways of getting your seeds. So stay tuned, I'll do that video in like a year from now. So when you're buying your seeds, get the seeds you want and then get a little bit extra. Something that was kind of eye-opening to me, unless you're buying things like cucumbers or cilantro or tomatoes, jalapenos, you know, anything that you can get in just a crazy abundance anywhere you go, any grocery store. When you buy those seeds, you're gonna get like 40 seeds in that little package. But when you start buying hot pepper seeds, when you start buying things like reapers, yellow Scotch bonnets, peach cream reapers, Trinidadian scorpion, any of these very specific types of peppers, you're gonna run into the issue of, you know, you get that packet for $10 and you get 8 seeds inside. And your mind just goes, holy crap, what if none of these grow? And it's a crappy feeling to have that grow, take all that time and all that effort and money and have the plant just die. It's an incredible bummer. So I have had to go back and buy more seeds, and learning from what I did the first time, learning what I should have done from the first time, it allowed me to do a better job the second time, and some of those have really grown really well. But know that seeds aren't going to be cheap, especially if you're trying to do a bigger garden than just a few plants. Also, remember to get extra seeds, because remember, half of your plants have a big chance of not growing. And they still might grow in your dome. They still might sprout and start to grow. They might get to this area and still be fine. But what happens when you transplant them outside into the sun and the real elements? Some of those plants didn't survive, and it's a real bummer. It's a real kick to the nuts. So remember to grow twice as much as you think you should, because half of those will not make it. All right, that's it for today with seeds. Guys, have an amazing day.